What's up, everyone? Welcome to the beginning of season 4 of the Knockout. This actually came together quite a bit sooner than I thought it was, but then again, I'm kind of like a dog with a bone. I got an itch and I just can't scratch it. I gotta get going. So, please welcome John, who showed up a little early. Good to see you, John. And someone who just showed up, Kobian. I think I got your name right. I apologize if I didn't. So I am very excited for season 4 here. I actually had this season kind of planned out halfway through last season. Just the idea came to me of all villains, just something fun. Take away the chance for a challenge because bad guys can do whatever they want. You got Doctor Doom. Why can't he bring in his Doom boss to help him? You got Venom. Maybe he brings along Carnage because they're a symbiote. It depends on what Venom you're talking about. As long as they're a villain, that's all that matters, right? So, one thing I wanted to talk about right before we had, I always offer the champion automatic entry into the second round, into the next tournament. It's like as a prize kind of sort of thing. Rena and Sharon from Life with Two YouTubers decided they wanted to sit this one out this season. I don't know. I think maybe they've just been going so much they just wanted a little break. So they won't be joining us this season, unfortunately, which is really a bad shame because Rena and Sharon are hilarious. They are a fantastic duo that is hard to beat. But John here will be joining us this season. He'll be arguing for, well, I'll get to his character in a minute. But funny enough, he was in the championship round of season 3, and while I had to cut off the voting at some point, and when I cut off the screen, the voting link is still active, and John ended up with actually 6 more votes, 209 to 203 votes for the ultimately 412 total votes for the season 3 championship. So technically speaking, according to votes that didn't count, John is the champion and gets automatic invite. So it's just funny how karma works out. But I wanted to show one more screen before I really got started. Hey Kenneth, how's it going? Composer, good to see you. I think I can win this with my second choice. Yeah, I want to get this in here. Let's make sure I got the screen right. All right, here we go. So this is how season 3 ended up. So a lot of fun matches, a lot of fun matchups. Now, I originally made a mistake when I increased the size. I didn't take into consideration the lopsidedness of both of the brackets. Because a group of 4 on either side ends up fighting one less person than the others. But the last season proved that Dr. Fate and Jean Grey both appeared from the spot where they had more people to go through to get to the championship. So I decided to go ahead and leave the brackets as is, as a fun little legacy in a sense, because after all, it just proves that the champion doesn't necessarily mean they have one less fight to go through to win. They can just win still. All right, now enough of that. Enough of that talk. We are here to fill out this bracket here. We are here to fill in this bracket here. So it's a lot of fun. Season 4 and all that. It's just a lot of fun. I look forward to this. I had to recreate the bracket because I just forgot to save a blueprint. So that was my bad. So, but it's really fun to go. So what does John say here? This is where the children prove their worth and who you have to face off against. Yep. Poser, I have to worry about brackets a lot. I can never even them out. Yeah. Well, if I just doubled it, doubled it, but instead I increased it by 50%, thinking, oh, 24 characters. I didn't take in consideration. And speaking of which, the last season's champion, Sharon, good to see you. I hope that you'd be here. So good to see you guys. So I just told John, everyone here, Sharon, that I left the actual results of the current tally from the championship matchup. Phoenix ended up beating Dr. Fate by 6. And since you're not in this season, it's almost like John won after all. So it's just kind of funny. Yeah, Sharon, my nemesis. All right. But let's get that real party started here, shall we? Where did I put it? Ah, here it is. So here is the wheel. Make sure that it's appearing correctly, I think. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Yep, it's appearing correctly. So here we go. As you can see, we got 24 villains spinning here. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So, all right. There's quite a few interesting characters, actually, honestly. I mean, I remember there's certain characters that didn't appear that I'd like to have seen, like Voldemort from Harry Potter. I like Voldemort there. Someone mentioned, was it Sauron from Lord of the Rings? He wasn't chosen. General Grievous from Star Wars. Someone brought I think Legion of Comics brought up General Grievous, and that was a very interesting thought to hear, a commander of the droid army and all that. But I threw in Darth Vader again because it was recommended, and I'm happy enough that Darth Vader was chosen, as you can see him swirling over there. So very interested. Let me look at the chat here. What you guys are saying. If he wants to say he won, that's fine with me. Poser, you said you almost took Sauron, but I didn't want to read Lord of the Rings again. That's why you got the movies, right? Mum Ra would be hilarious. I actually look forward to that because I remember seeing Mum Ra on the TV show, but honestly, I haven't seen Mum Ra, He-Man or things like that in 15, 20 years at least. Let's just not go there. All right. We're going to randomly spin the wheel here to get things started. We're going to randomly shuffle it 4 times because it's season 4. All right. So here we go. Any last words before we get started? It's good to be bad. Let's just start there. All right. Here we go. So, who is in the first matchup, first spot of season 4? Make sure my thing is going on correctly. My computer's not wanting to think with me. Here we go. All right. Who is first? Who is first? I have no regrets. Those are my last words. Ooh. Joker or Darth Vader? Who will it be? The mad laugh man it is. John gave this guy such a joking hard time, in a little smack talk early season. So funny enough that it should end with Joker being the first character selected. Joker is argued by Officially Unofficial Geek is her name, and I look forward to seeing it. We have a couple of non-superhuman evil villains in this matchup. We got Joker, Kingpin, Owlman, those characters. So we're gonna remove him from the matchup here. Yeah. Wow, officially is sitting pretty. Shame. Yeah, Shane Joker will have to die early, right? All right, we're gonna shuffle 4 more times because again, 4 more times. All right. Oh, JP, talking smack already. All right, here we go. He's still gonna. So here we go. Oops, oops, hit the wrong button. There we go. Now we're spinning. Now we're spinning. All right. Who will Joker be facing off against? This is a lot of fun. I wonder who he would face up against, because frankly, I know a lot about Joker, but I feel he doesn't have as big an arsenal as some other evil villains. Ooh. Will it stop? Will it stop, or will it go? Both of these are cool. God of Mischief himself, Loki. So the first matchup is Joker versus Loki. So let's see, who is Loki? Loki is argued by one true nerd king. So I can't think of a funner matchup, honestly, for those two. Loki's not too powerful that the Joker would be wiped out, but he's definitely a lot of fun. So we're going to move that. Let's go back to the chat for a minute and highlight a few people. Posa said that was fun because 2 Agents of Chaos with no reason. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Loki will destroy the Joker. Nerd King chose well. Yep, definitely a lot of fun. And I had a few people I'll say, like, because Kang the Conqueror was on the list and he was chosen, and it's hard to juggle so many conversations at one time. And a couple of people were like, Kang, I'm like going, oh, you missed out by 2 minutes. I'm sorry, So we're gonna shuffle again. All right, here we go. Who will be? I keep on hitting the wrong button. There we go. All right, here we go. Who will be in episode 2? A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Let's say not Green Lantern, Green Goblin. I want to see what Green Goblin has to say in this matchup. Will he be selected? Not anywhere close. Not Ra's al Ghul. Looks like it will be Solomon Grundy for this matchup. Yep. Solomon Grundy himself. I don't know too much about him, except for like the Justice League TV show, and I think he was born on what was it? Would you say Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't know, I forget what day he always said. The only thing he remembered from his former life was that he was born on this day. Yeah, Grundy made the cut. Monday, there we go. Born on a Monday, there we go. Hey, easy, Michael, easy. I didn't know that. I forgot that, should I say. But I should definitely find it interesting. Solomon Grundy, am I wrong when I compared him earlier? I thought I compared him to like DC's equivalent of the Hulk. Someone who's definitely more muscle than brain, right? I mean, I'm not wrong in that regard. Also went Boxing Day shopping on Monday. Oh, cool. Hey, unofficial, how's it going? Yes. You are first. Oh, you're good. You're good to see you back. Good to see you here. You are. Yep. You are arguing Loki versus the Joker. So that's very interesting. Look forward to that. All that I know of him as well. Great episode. Yep. Definitely a lot of closure there with that show. Definitely a lot of show. All right, here we go. We're gonna shuffle again. I didn't say anything. Yeah, now you're quiet, John. All right, who does Solomon Grundy go up against? We got Venom, Magneto, Darth Vader, Owlman, Kingpin, Reverse Flash, Brainiac. Huh. I don't know who to face him up against. Who would be good? It's gonna be Magneto or Mephisto. Old metalhead himself, Magneto, will face off against Solomon Grundy. There we go. Magneto. Magneto is argued by, where did I have him? Southern Comic Geek is arguing for Magneto, so that will definitely be a fun matchup. Southern always brings a lot of fun to his fights as well. All right, Edmund says, born on a Monday, Christian on a Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, grew worse on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. That was the end of Solomon Grundy. Wow, he had a hard life. Let's see. And Poser's talking in response to there. So, yep. Loki, officially, Loki is argued by one true nerd king. That's who is arguing for Loki. That's who your opponent is. So, definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, I thought so too. Actually, Magneto was a choice, too. He like narrowed it down. John, if I remember correctly, you narrowed it down to like 3 or 4 you liked, and Magneto wasn't higher than any of the others, which took me as a surprise. But yeah, I look forward to John's pick. I mean, the way John argues, I look forward to his arguments. He always has a smooth and cool argument to do. So, is John outside of comics? No. He's outside Marvel currently, but that's only because he hasn't shown up. All right, here we go. Who is episode 3, number 5 on the list here? Who is the 5th character to be put into place? Show me Skynet. Come on, show me Skynet. I want to see a little of outside comics in there. I think Skynet was I'm not sure if Skynet was a suggestion or not, but I like the idea of the Skynet King the Conqueror. How fitting that he's, it's a shame he wasn't first in the first episode, because to have him right before his appearance in Ant-Man would have been funny. Officially, you say, too bad that John isn't matched up with me. That would have turned into a D&D match. Well, you never know. If John makes it into episode 3 through 6 here, you can wipe him out before the championship match. Or if you can make it in the championship match on the other side, you can make him cry. I always like these matchups here. I get to setups like here. I get to talk a little smack along with the rest of you. King the Conqueror. Number 5. All right. Who is... Yeah, the chat is amazing. Yeah, I'm appreciated so many people actually showed up. All right, here we go. We're going to shuffle 4 more times. All right. Now, before I hit the play, I'm going to pick a person I think will be able to land on. Who do I think would go good against King the Conqueror? I like the idea of Darth Vader or Owlman, an evil guy, an evil, powerful guy, and Owlman being the very dark, evil version of Batman. Maybe Ultron too. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Ultron. Officially, you picked Black Adam. Cool. That's a good guess. All right, here we go. Who does Kang face off against? Just too bad I didn't put Ant-Man in the chat, right, guys? But he wasn't a villain. Or is he? He stole the suit. Does that make him a bad guy? He was in jail. Owlman is hilarious. Whoever picked him has a great sense of humor. Kang versus Vader or Doom. Yeah, that would be good. Oh. Come on. Congratulations, Poser. You guessed correctly. Dr. Doom, as argued, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. John's Comics with Kids will argue Dr. Doom. So there's your answer, unofficial. You have the chance to beat him before the finals. So, Dr. Doom. And actually, looking at this matchup here, it fits. It honestly fits. It's hard to imagine a more perfect matchup, honestly. PhD doctor or medical doctor? Well, technically he's both, right? Doom has flirted with sorcery as well. All right. Kang the Conqueror. I forgot to mention Kang. I apologize. Kang the Conqueror. Comics Kings. Comics Kings. Comics with an X. Kings. And all the Instagram or YouTube locations of these guys that I know where they are, can be found in the description of this video. So if they are on YouTube and I listed their YouTube, sub them up. If I gave the Instagram address, follow them, give them a like. Let's support each other in this community, because this is a lot of fun. I cannot do this show if not for you guys. So thank you, one and all. All right, we're going to shuffle again 4 more times. All right. Now, I want to see... I'm a Spider-Man fan. You all know that about me if you see my channel. So I want to see Venom or Green Goblin appear for episode 4 here, since 4 is my favorite number. Dead meat. It is a flesh wound. Well, depends. Do you have teeth like this? Best part of the movie. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Best part of the movie is that rabbit. All right, here we go. Mephisto? Will it stay on Mephisto? Hey, Rena, how's it going? Good to see ya. So, Mephisto will start off episode 4. Now, just between you and me and everyone watching, I don't know if I want to I don't know if I can root for Mephisto in this season. After all, he broke up my favorite marriage in the world. I I got a few bones to pick with Mephisto. But I wish Mephisto argued by David Deved the Collector. I wish him the best of luck. He can be found on Instagram in the chat below or in the description below. So I wish him the best of luck. I see the second places in the chat, hoping to find his true winning character. Now, Arena, you should ask John what I said about the voting link that is technically still active and where the poll and where the vote totals stand. Technically speaking, the champion's returning for season 4. Just saying. All right, shuffling. Here we go. Mephisto, the spec villain. Well, he broke up a marriage. He's a badass. He's a bad guy in my book. All right. Who is Mephisto going up against? Let's go. I don't know. Dormammu? Darth Vader? Apologize for the ing. I don't know why I do that. JP's talking smack. Rena, are you brave enough to go out on your own? Or are you still hiding behind your mom this season? JP now, I do not want anyone to start cussing. I'm not in chat. Let's make sure Loki and Kang lose round 1, make a D&D round 2. That was said by John. John's laughing at JP. All right, Apocalypse, and I forgot to mention, Apocalypse will be going off against Mephisto. Honestly, looking at all of these matchups, Joker versus Loki, Kang versus Doctor Doom, Mephisto versus Apocalypse, this is why I love spinning this wheel so much. This wheel sets up matches far better than I ever could have. I mean, I set matches up in the first season, and I ended up with lopsided fights like Thor versus Batman. No prep time Batman. It's only going to fall one way. But every single time I spin the wheel and set up the season, I get great matchups. You cannot plan these matchups. I couldn't design a better matchup, honestly. All right, let's see what the chat says. Only Mephisto hits from. He'll be taking the Apocalypse. Rena doesn't need to hide behind anything. We won 2 seasons. Went out of the top. We will stay there. Well, and hindsight there, whoever wins season 4 here, well, unless it's not, provided John doesn't win, of course. If someone else besides John wins season 4, I'll finally have 4 different champions of the knockout, one being a battle royale champion, but I'll finally have a chance to do a fun little champions of champions knockout. But to do that, I had to have someone other than John win. Not rooting against you, John, just saying. All right, here we go. Again, I hit spacebar instead of that, so I shuffled 5 times. Ugh. No prep time Batman. Yep. Batman. I argue Batman can basically win any fight, but he does need prep time. All right, who will be episode 5? Who will be starting episode 5? I'm going to say it lands on Skynet. It's going to go past Kingpin and hit Skynet. Will it go there? Yes! No! It teased me. It teased me. Let's see. Oh, Kingpin it is. All right. Well, Kingpin's a good matchup. Kingpin is argued by. Where did I put him? I put you here somewhere, Kingpin. Where'd you go? Seriously, how can a fat man hide from me? Crap. Where'd he go? Ah, here he goes. My hand was covering it. It's argued by a guy on Instagram called Your Meme Game is Weak. That's what I have currently listed. Whether he wants to give me a different name or not, it's up to him. Let's see. I'm going to bring up the chat here for a second here. Let's see. Good luck. No, good luck to you. You're right, John. I'm waiting on the JV bracket. Let's see. John with Doom should probably be the favorite. Well, Johnny is a good arguer. It's one of the reasons why I had to invite him back for season 4. Batman rocks. I do agree. Season 5, looking ahead, anti-heroes. Officially, hit me up on IG with that. Hit me up on IG with that comment. I don't want to lose that idea because that's a good idea. I like that idea. Someone who can argue both sides like that. So definitely message me on Instagram so that way I don't forget about this, if you don't mind. Skynet versus OCP is my robot fan battle. Spell out OCP. I'm drawing a blank here. I apologize. I'm on the spotlight literally with my ring light. And officially that would be dope. So yep. All right, so back to the season. We're gonna remove Kingpin here and shuffle 4 more times. All right. Who is king? I said king, not Kingpin. I meant Kingpin, not king. All right, my fingers didn't type out the rest of it. Kingpin. Well, Kingpin's like a mafia boss, head of the city. I want to see Kingpin. Tell you what I really want to see? The Batman versus Spider-Man book. I want to see Kingpin versus Ra's al Ghul. That's what I want to see happen. Let's see if I get it. John, that's a good idea. A tag team season. We could definitely do it. I would really need 48 people. I don't know if I could recruit that many. Or, well, if you bring along your own teammate, it could be done, obviously. So Kingpin versus Ultron. Not out of the realm of possibility. They're in the same universe. Ultron, And like I said, or I might have said earlier, might not mention it, this season is all villains. And what do villains do? They play sneakily, they cheat, they're underhanded. If you are arguing Kingpin from the Spider-Man animated universe, Kingpin never fought alone. Or if he fought, he might have fought once in a while, man on man, but he always had his villains around him. So within reason, whoever argues Kingpin could bring in a small team of, this is my, what was it, Sinister Six? Insidious Six, there we go, Insidious Six, to fight against Ultron and his army. So that's what it is. Kingpin lasting all 10 seconds of against Ultron. But like I said, this is a villains matchup. And provided things aren't outrageously, all right, infinity and beyond, I win kind of a thing. As long as it's within reason. Like I said, if you're arguing Kingpin from the animated universe, you're bringing in your Insidious Six, and that's how you're fighting the matchup. I'm personally not going to hold that against you. I say go team in that regard. So that will be my, officially you asked a question. I'm going to highlight that. So can I bring the Joker gang and Harley Quinn? Yeah, I wouldn't say why not. I mean, you could definitely bring Harley Quinn in because Joker is never without Harley or Punchline. And all that. And like I said, it has to be within reason. You cannot, I use my laughing gas and turn 10,000 people of Gotham into my foot soldiers, So, he says, I'm pro henchman, but at the same time, he said no henchman means John gets no doom bots. John gets his doom bots. He just does not get a billion-man army, doombot army. Villains don't follow the rules. I am celebrating. Like I said, you give me all I truly want for this season ever, all for this series, this show, is that you guys bring a good time. I've had people who argued like a lawyer. I've had people, Phoenix versus Thor, where Bub was arguing, like bringing like Thor, Thor would help a lady fix a tire. Jean Grey was a psychotic girl. So sorry, I don't know if Harley's not going to help. Well, who knows? Doombots for the win. John says, and let's face it, villains always have henchmen. That's what makes them villains. Yes, exactly, and that's why they're allowed in this season. All right, where was I going? Oh, I don't think I mentioned who's fighting Ultron. Ultron will be argued by Pocan Joe himself. So, all right. We have 5 episodes going. Who will close off? Which 2 characters will close off the left side of this bracket? Harley Quinn with the mallet in the Avengers Tower. Oh, that would be a fun thing to see. All right, here we go. All right. Who would I want to? Because I want to see. Honestly, because I'm pro Spider-Man. I'm always pro Spider-Man. So I'm slightly biased towards Spider-Man characters this season, and that's why I don't vote. I never vote unless there's a tie, like the Vice President and the Senate. So I'm kind of hoping. Well, maybe not. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and say Green Goblin. I want to see Green Goblin sooner rather than later. Officially, I definitely play that clue game. Yep, a lot of fun here. So, let's see Green Goblin. It's gonna be close, but it won't happen. It's gonna be Mumra or Dormammu. So my biggest challenge this season is finding characters on my thumb nails to match it. And Dormammu is one of those where I'm hoping I can find enough good characters to put him as a thumbnail, character. It's tough. If you guys seen any of my creating here, it's hard sometimes to find characters without a background to put on there. Oh, okay. So Dormammu. All thing I know about him is he's a strange villain. So I don't know really anything about Dormammu. All right, Dormammu is argued by a YouTuber called Dr. T Comics. I like his YouTube videos. He does some cool unboxing stuff. He's a cool guy. Like I said, go sub up everyone I gave YouTube listings to, and go follow everyone I gave Instagram follows to. And if you have a YouTube and I only listed an Instagram, feel free to list it down below. I'll update it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna Photoshop my head on my guy. Well, you go ahead, poser. Yeah, dang, the left core is hardcore Marvel heavy hitters. Well, 2, 3, 4. And that's why I wanted people in my live chat when setting this up, because if you're leaving me to my own imagination, I'm going to select, oh, that's obvious, that's obvious, that's obvious. I'm going to select only heavy hitters because I'm not fluent. That's why I was kind of glad Legion. That's why I was glad Legion was in the chat when I was doing this whole picking characters for season 4 for people to choose from. Legion with his DC love gave me some balance. I apologize. All right, here we go. John, you are on the left side. Yeah, definitely on the left side because we're still on the left side. That's all we're doing right now is left side. All right, here we go. Who will be the final person? Stop it. There we go. Shuffled 3 more times than 2. All right, here we go. Who will be the last person on the left side? Team Blue, basically. The side I always like more because my favorite color is blue. So here we go. Dormammu will face off against Mr. Freeze. So we got 1, 2. We got 2 DC characters out of 12 on the left side. Mr. Freeze. All right, Mr. Freeze, argued by Warlord Comics. So, I was gonna go nuts if it was Mumra. Pass the douche on the left-hand side. A lot of fun here. All right, so the left side of this bracket is complete. I'll read them later. We won't. If you guys are following along and making your own list, you've got it by now. But I won't spoil it just yet. All right, here we go. The first character on episode 7 on the right-hand side. All right, who is? Let's see. Let's go Green Goblin. Green Goblin, let's go. Damn it, John, that song is stuck in my head now. What song is it? That's a fire and ice battle, John says. Oh, yeah, that's kind of fun. That's kind of true. Ooh, Green Goblin. Haha. Green Goblin it is. My favorite Spider-Man villain ever. Don't know why I start putting a D there, because it's a Green Goblin. And again, my fingers typed faster than my mind. Good, I misspelled it. There you go. All right. It's a shame Doc Ock wasn't selected. I had him listed because Doc Ock's my favorite Spider-Man, second favorite Spider-Man villain. All right. Shuffle here. Who? All right. I want to hear you guys think. Out of everyone on the chat, or never on the chat, everyone left on the wheel, who do you think Green Goblin will land on? Since Green Goblin can't face off against Kingpin, Ra's al Ghul? Ra's al Ghul. Warlord, how's it going, Warlord? You just had your character selected. He goes up against Dormammu in episode 6. So best of luck to you, Warlord. Reverse Flash with Green Goblin? That would be interesting. I would say Ra's al Ghul or Owlman. Owlman, Ra's al Ghul, or Poison Ivy. That's what I want to see. Yep. Thank you, John, for letting him know. So here we go. Poison Ivy likes green, so pick her. Well, I can't pick, the wheel does, but Poison Ivy would be a cool fight to go up against. Will it be Ra's al Ghul? Will it be Poison Ivy? It's going close. Going close. So, fortunately, it won't be Ra's al Ghul. Looks like it's going to be Black Adam. And it is. My Goblin, that's why I don't vote, is going up against Black Adam, who unfortunately it seems like won't get a second movie since the leadership of Gunn and Co. person won't say no, I think, if I remember correctly. So Black Adam is argued by, where did I have it? Carlos Collects Comics. I just recently watched a cool YouTube video by him where he had 10 stories or 10 comic books of Spider-Man that people should have or read. And definitely find it good. Poser says that one will be interesting. Yeah. Well, we never know exactly. We're Green Goblin, like I said. He's not. He does have powers. He does have his healing. Hey, John, do not start on my Green Goblin. Do not start on my Goblin, Mister. I will, just don't start on my Goblin. All right. Here we go. Let's shuffle the list again. List is getting smaller. All right, here we go. Darth Vader. I'm calling it now. Darth Vader. Wait, Darth Vader. Green Goblin wins. He'd have face off against Darth Vader. Ugh. Well, we'll see how it goes. There we go. Poison Ivy was my third choice, according to John, after Doom and Magneto. Look, I've seen Spidey and his friends. I think he has lost a tree in that one, so I got Ivy. But Venom it is. Venom makes episode 8. So a lot of fun there. And again, for Venom will be argued by. Again, I put them in the wrong order. I should have put characters first instead of who was in the show. Venom. Instagram page called Penguin Comics at Daydream. So, for the Penguin, my kids love that the bidness. I think is that what you said, bidness. But yeah, so if character arguing Venom, we cannot do any of the current Venom stuff. Anti-hero stuff you might be able to slide with. I think I haven't fully decided, but Venom, definitely Venom in his bad days, obviously. Venom. So this is the Venom's Spidey's villains bracket. Yes, unfortunately I'd rather not have them all lined up on one side because I like the idea of Spider-Man villains for the championship matchup. I apologize for that. I had to burp. All right, here we go. Venom. Venom, Venom, Venom. You know what? Poison Ivy. I want to see Poison Ivy versus Venom. You know, Black Goo versus Green Thumb. Galactus or Brainiac? Which will it be? Dang. Galactus. Ugh. Well, the king is dead. Never mind. Well, definitely a fun matchup to think about. All right, Galactus. Galactus is gonna be fought by. Where did I have Galactus? Dang it! I can never find him. Ah, Brotherhood Comics and Cards. I don't know if he. I don't think. Yeah, he's not in the chat. Galactus versus Venom. Well, who knows? Who knows? Maybe, you know, Venom. There was that comic book where Venom was venomizing all these characters. If you can argue and convince the chat that Venom could cover Galactus and overtake him, you never know. If it's in the comic books, especially the way I like to run the voting link in this matchup, right, guys? If you have enough of a following, you can win pretty much any matchup. All right, episode 9. Here we go. Who will be in episode 9? John says, "Poor Spidey, villains aren't escaping." Hey, John, I'm serious here. Just because you got another Marvel guy, so just John, you're picking fights here. Here we go. Looks like it's gonna be Owlman. Owlman argued by funny enough, the last guy recruited for the show, Wednesday Night Reviews. Owlman it is. And Owlman's just an evil version of Batman. Maybe this one doesn't need any prep time. You know? All right. Well, we got a mastermind Owlman, and we got at least half the will, more than half the will. I would argue Reverse Flash, Ra's al Ghul, Brainiac, and Skynet are all thinking characters. Because I'm not sure how to place Mum-Ra. Does Owlman have Batman credit limit? This is the Batman of Earth 3. Owlman has the funding of the crime syndicate of Earth 3. That's what I'm going to say. So Owlman would steal the crime syndicate's treasury fund and use it to fund his own war effort. So I'd argue almost Owlman could do worse damage than Batman. All right, but I'm going to say Owlman against Skynet, even though I want to see Skynet advance the round. Got it. You know, does Owlman have Batman's credit limit? And he says, got it. Y'all know I can't spell DC. Will it be Mum-Ra or will it be Darth Vader? Doesn't look like Skynet. Owlman versus Mum-Ra. The only thing I can remember him is he transforms into a muscly guy from a pathetic wimp, and his power comes from 4 Egyptian statues that zap him. Or that's what it looks like from that, So I remember little pieces of Mum-Ra, but I don't remember the whole thing. So I look forward to learning Mum-Ra's story from my man Triple D Dodgeball on Instagram. He's the one who argued almost a purely courtroom kind of approach, because that's kind of how I described it. So I look forward to hearing his thing here. Thundercats, 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 ho! From Poser. Poser's looking to get some other songs stuck in people's heads. All right. 3 left. Obviously, and oddly enough, it's 3 green thumbs. Or 6 left with 3 green thumbs. Here we go. Owlman is going to wish he was in the minor leagues. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. My son joins us, Lone Wolf Comics. Hey, Xander, how's it going? All right. Ra's al Ghul or Darth Vader? Who will it be? Darth Vader. Darth Vader, who made it into the second round last season, argued by JP, but he didn't make it further than that because he was crushed by Life with Two YouTubers and Rena because he talked a little too much crap. Darth Vader, he's argued this season by the comic vet, if I remember correctly. Comic vet. Where did I go? Yep, the comic vet. There we go. Argued Darth Vader. If you haven't seen his channel, he does some cool stuff. He's also a part of the Only Slabs on Saturdays. Definitely a lot of fun. I want to see, John said, we're going to highlight some chat again here. John says, I want to see Poison Ivy get 2 rounds. She's an amazing character. I agree. She is a cool character. Pepe, no one, Darth. Well, I offered Grievous, but no one took him. My Xander here popping up. How's it going, Mrs. Comics? She's here to tease me again. The last time she popped into the video here, when I was doing my top 50 comic books of the year, I started talking about the death of Robin. She was looking at a picture of her sister named Robin on a picture. I have a picture of her and her sister in here, and so she turned to look at me like, and it's just so funny as hell. And so you gave me a funny face to look at. No way in hell I'm not gonna laugh at it. Oh, I love you, hon. Comic vet, get Vader deep in the game. Heck yeah, JP, let's do this. Yep, JP didn't get that, so he didn't get that play that last time. All right, back to the chat, because I get lost on there. So, hon, since you're in the chat here, I got 5 left. Who do you think will pick Darth Vader? Anyone you know and anyone you might not know. Brainiac, Reverse Flash, Poison Ivy, Skynet, or Ra's al Ghul. It kind of, he led the League of Assassins.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy? All right. The wife says Poison Ivy will, so you better listen to her. So, let's see what it is. Yeah, it doesn't look like Poison Ivy unless it turns... Yeah, it's not going to be Poison Ivy. It's going to be most likely Ra's al Ghul here. Which is interesting. So you got a Sith Lord versus a kind of ninja himself. So Ra's al Ghul, love you too, hon. Ra's al Ghul will face off against Darth Vader. Did I spell that right? No, I didn't spell that right. For some reason, my fingers just don't want to listen to me. Well, I say that or I can't spell. All right, Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul is argued by Poser himself. How's it going? Sorry, Poser. Hey, like I said, you got the League of Assassins. You got the Lazarus Pit. I don't know. You can argue things. Of course, you can argue other things with Darth Vader too. So, like I said, if I plan this out right, you guys will have the vote link in advance. It's called Vote. Get your friends to vote for you. Officially said my cat was just in front of the TV trying to get Matt to pet him. Well, there you go. You got a ghost, Pat. Darth is going to smoke Raw. You never know. I feel like Reverse Flash would win against Darth Vader. You never know, Xander. Reverse Fast runs fast, but the Force, you can sense things. You never know. Yeah. And like I said, you might not be able to have an ally like you had for the championship of season 3, but I don't discourage brainstorming behind the scenes. So get a couple of you Raz Al Ghul DC fans together and come up with a strategy. All right. Episode 11, here we go. Who is going up against episode 11? So I'm going to say, just between me and all you guys, I like the idea of adding Skynet to the matchup here. And honestly, given these 3 left on the wheel, I would feel good about Skynet making it to the second round. Unless the brains end up against each other. Wouldn't that be ironic? Then you put Brainiac with Skynet. All right, Brainiac. One of Superman's big bads. All right. Although Empire versus the League of Assassins will be fun. Yes, I do agree. A lot of fun. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to add a background, or by background, I mean like a location. I spin the wheel on location, and this is where you have to fight. So say I include, we're going to say Coruscant for the sake of argument here. We're going to say Coruscant because it's both a city landscape with people in it, but it's also Star Wars home turf, right? So it lands on there. And I had a point here. I swore I had a point. But anyway, just you could use the background there. Oh yeah, your argument would have to be for you have to on the spot imply it to that location. So if you are a Poison Ivy here and you land up against Darth Vader on Coruscant, there's not a lot of life and plants on there unless you can generate stuff from windows. I thought it might be since you can't have a challenge thing, it's a slight complication challenge and all that. I say Brainiac is your best bet. Yeah. Poison Ivy is gonna have a tough draw no matter who she gets. Yep. Poison Ivy, yep, so who is the last one to go up against Brainiac, and who is, by coincidence, going to be in the last episode? All right. Oh, Brainiac. Did I say Brainiac? Brainiac was argued by Big Will. Brainiac was argued by Big Will. So, here on YouTube and Instagram. Greens favor each other. What can I say? Brainiac versus Poison Ivy. All right, there we go. And that leaves, I'm going to spin the wheel here just so I can figure out who goes in the 23rd spot and who goes in the 24th spot. So she takes all of them out easy. So we got Skynet versus Reverse Flash. So who goes on the 23rd bracket, who goes on the 24th bracket, just so I can put it there and not have to pick it. Skynet it is. All right, and I'll tell you guys who argued them in a second here. So Skynet and Reverse Flash. All right. So we're going to end the sharing here. All right. So Poison Ivy argued by JP in the chat here. So good luck to you, JP. Skynet is argued by Bub. Bub's Comics, Bub's World, depending on how you say it or how you do it and all that. So Bub brought some fun arguments with Thor. So I look forward to him bringing Skynet to life. He's one of those that I would trust with Skynet to bring a lot of fun to the character. And Reverse Clash is Burke Family 54, the champion of season 1. So All right, that's how it is. So let's actually, while we're here, if anyone wants to still hang out and chat, I would love to hang out and chat with you guys. You guys can talk some more Smash Talk. And while we're doing that, I am going to be filling out this empty bracket here. So definitely a lot of fun here. So, all right. I want to make sure I get it done correctly. I want to make sure I can click in and out quickly enough because of how I'm doing. Reverse class can use the Speed Force to stop Skynet because he can literally do all stuff like in Genesis. That's true. Why didn't Burke take a Power Ranger villain? Because I didn't offer one. Technically, I don't I don't know anything about Power Rangers since I was 10, honestly. And so if you wanted a Power Range, if you wanted a Power, Burke wanted a Power Ranger villain, he should have frankly been a part of the live chat, because that's be a way to do it. Because without Power Ranger lovers, I can't think of things. I can't Google every single. Let's do Power Rangers and villains of. I did that for some, but I couldn't do them for everyone. So Loki versus the Joker, episode 1. Look forward to things. Yes, the villains might not have changed much since then, but my memory has. The only thing I remember about these Power Ranger villains is that they look like they're plastic stuffed toys that you hit the air and sparks appear on their body where they were hit. That's the only thing I could tell you about these villains that, where'd it go? Come on, there you go. 25. I can't make it too small. You need to stretch out the. Well, that looks fine there. A Reverse Flash versus Skynet is fascinating. Villains from the future. True, John. I did not think of that. Villains from the future. Definitely. There we go. It's smaller, but it's going to have to be that way. That way I can make it look good, but I have to bring it back up to 25. I tried to add Doctor Who villains, but he said, yeah, I looked them up while I was doing it, or while I was talking to you, and I didn't like what I was. If my brother was doing this show, you would have sold him 100% on Doctor Who villains. My brother is the Doctor Who fan. He I think his favorite's the 10th Doctor. I can't remember. I don't even know who all these doctors are. All thing I know about is that they go into a capsule that looks like a London phone booth. Oh yeah, you were joking about the Walking Dead villains. Yeah, it was cool. That's because there are 69,420 Doctor Who villains. Yeah, Carrie, we need to make sure we meet in round 2. That's what I need. Yeah, a lot of fun matchups here. Then we can hijack the show with the D&D rules. Yeah. Yeah, because you were. Why am I getting so many of those? Anyway, all right, let's see. Kang. I just had to short to Kang. I can't put the Conqueror. I can't put the Conqueror. Too many words for that line. All right. But Dr. Doom will either fit or he'll fit like that. There. If that were to happen, I'm just going to randomly demand D20 rolls in the chat. Well, if it brings hilarity to the chat, I don't, like I said, my biggest thing is to bring you guys together and try and steer the ship just a little bit. But otherwise, you guys control it mostly. Took my eye off the ball, and I'm pretty sure that's how you spell Mephisto. So I'm trying to make sure I get my spelling right. And if not, who cares? It's Mephisto. Just kidding, just kidding. Oh wait, Carrie, we are in separate brackets. We won't face in round 2. No, John, you argue. Yeah, you argue Dr. Doom here. Yeah, you guys will have to meet in the semifinals. So there you go. Incentive, John and Carrie, to help each other out. Rally votes for each other. I know John could definitely do that with his X-Men gang. Apocalpse. Well, I can spell. Yes, I can. All right, Apocalypse there. And I need to do some prep work for round 1 before I do. Well, we just keep reminding the viewers. Yep. But Kingpin. But so now that I have the matchup set up for you guys, now I can start creating the thumbnails and a little bit of marketing that I like to do. And so I'd say about a week at least, because knowing me, I'll say, give me 2 weeks and I'll finish it inside a week because I can't not leave it alone. Poser, I want to take on John in the finals. I say knowing I'll lose in round 1. You never know. You never know. Honestly, there are times I had, oh, this person has it in the bag. Not how the voting went. Definitely not how the voting went. So Poser, if you just where do I have you at? And just hit up your DC fan boards or whatever on Instagram or YouTube and all that and say, hey guys, Ra's al Ghul, get me to the end. Can't tell you the number of games John ran away with it because he hit up his X-Men friends. It's not about who you are, it's about who you know. All right, that is the left side of the bracket. Joker versus Loki, round 1. Solomon Grundy versus Magneto, round 2. Kang versus Doctor Doom, round 3. Mephisto versus Apocalypse, round 4. Kingpin versus Ultron, round 5. And Dormammu versus Mr. Freeze, round 6. I'll make a short tomorrow. Someone teach me on Ra's al Let's pray the Church of Wizards and Rogues, says Carrie, and unofficially. My son Xander asked John, who are you fighting for? And that's Dr. Doom, Xander. He is a Fantastic Four Marvel villain. All right. Green Goblin argues on the red side. Funny. Because Green Goblin can also turn into Red Goblin. All right, let's get that set up. It's a guy in a tin. Just look him up. He's a fun guy. He's definitely an powerful, evil person that you don't want to mess with. And I gotta wake up my computer again, because that's what the list was. Wake up. There we go. Black Adam. Shrink that one a little bit. No, I can't shrink it. Oh well. Green Goblin versus Black Adam. I look forward to that one. Like I said, I'm a Spider-Man fan. Where did it go? There you go. Venom. What they say in Pompeii and Gladiator? For those about to die, we salute you. Because he faces up against Galactus. Although, if, like I said, Galactus is not infallible. You never know what a symbiote can do. Owlman. Did I have the right key? Nope. There it is. All right, here we go. Owlman versus Mumra. I look forward to the refresher course on Mumra. Darth Vader. I do look forward to Darth Vader's argument. You know, again, my biggest regret is a couple of like in last season was certain as like Darth Vader versus Superman. I wanted both to make it to a second round, and they had to pair up against each other. Well, I would, like I said, not rooting against you, poser, but part of me does hope to see Darth Vader in another round. Just because I'd hate to see him lose right away. Now, do I think he can win the championship? Who knows? I'd rather see Skynet than Darth Vader win, because I think it'd be fun to see Skynet win. This is why I don't vote. I have too many guys that I can go, ooh, I like this matchup. I like this matchup. I can't vote. My boyfriend was saying that his argument for Darth Vader wouldn't take long. All he would say is the Force. Yeah, well, he can have his argument that short, but does the chat who votes for you to win accept it? You know, that's the crux of the matter. You have to convince the chat to vote for you, because this could be me versus Galactus, and if I got more people to vote for me to win, I win. It doesn't matter how powerful Galactus is, I won. So officially, I'm going to say Lazar Pit twice for every time the Force is mentioned. Yeah, there you go. That is true. And since only Jedi can become Force ghosts and do that, although Palpatine either never died or, I don't know, it depends on how you swing the whole last 3 movies with Palpatine. If Palpatine never truly died, you can change your argument a little bit, but Palpatine officially died and was brought back with Sith powers. You could argue a Lazarus Pit type of argument for Darth Vader. All right, there you go. The second half of the bracket for the season, episode 7, sees Green Goblin versus Black Adam. Episode 8, Venom versus Galactus. Episode 9, Owlman versus Mum-Ra. Episode 10, Darth Vader versus Ra's al Ghul. Episode 11, Brainiac versus Poison Ivy. And episode 12, Reverse Flash versus Skynet. This is your season 4 of the Knockout. It's good to be bad. Like I said, I will be doing some work here. If I have all day this weekend. I'll end up knocking it out in a day. If this manages to be put off until next week when I'm actually working, it might take a little bit longer to prep for round one. And officially, Gary said now he's sitting here. He just changed his mind. He favors Raws in this one now. Well, who knows? But this is season 4 of the Knockout. I look forward to it. A lot of fun. And I think looking at how I did the list, I think I have at least half of my guests are new this season, which is a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and it also proves just how wide I cast my net trying to get guests on the show on Instagram and chats. You know, Carrie here unofficially knows. I guess I don't know if you ever saw my posts on Instagram at all or a video of mine on YouTube, but just the other day, boop, I'm doing a debate show called The Knockout. Want to be on? So that's how it is. You guys can find this. I'll be uploading this review here onto my Knockout podcast because why not? It's fun. Yes, this is a non-visual aspect. This is a visual show, and unfortunately, those of you who are listening to this on my podcast are just listening to it. But at least you'll know ahead of time what the matchups are. You can plan favorites. But yeah, like I said, here are the rules again. And again, I will try to stress this when I talk to you guys. Like last season, you had an official challenge where I don't, like a lifeline, like that's not fair. This season, there's no challenge. There will be no challenge this season because villains don't play fair. They are sneaky. They are villainous. They lie. They cheat. They steal. They have henchmen. Skynet has its army has its Terminators. T-1000. The and all those other things. Ra's al Ghul has his Legion. Darth Vader has a few Stormtroopers, although do you really want their accuracy? Although Darth Vader, you might be able to make a case for Palpatine because the rule of 2, you only need, no more, no less. Owlman, Batman in the equivalent, you can argue possibly he might bring in the Crime Syndicate, but who knows. Green Goblin, well, he did create, Norman did create that fake Goblin before, so technically you can have Green Goblin twice. And we all saw how much damage Hobgoblin did when there's 2 of them against Spider-Man in the recent comics. Dormammu, I don't know. Mephisto, he made a deal, and they forgot to show up. His opponent forgot to show up. Kang has a few of his alternate variants. Joker has his Joker gang, Harley, Punchline, a few rabid hyenas that like to bite. Doctor Doom, bots, that kind of thing. So I look forward to season 4 with you guys. Let's see. Posers, your comment says, I picked Mr. Comics to win. No challenge means he's the biggest villain of the season. Yes. That's how I planned it. I win. Yes, Xander. Skynet has the Terminator's reverse flash, has speed. But if you have 1,000 robots, even reverse flash can't run that fast. At least that would be my argument. But yes. The Joker can also punch Batman to kill him and create a Batman who laughs. True. And if you want to, and also technically this season, because we need to figure out too if there's any rules too, because technically speaking, villains kill. So if you want to argue that Kingpin wouldn't kill someone because he wants to create an empire, not destroy it, and destroy New York. He wants to have you work for him. But Ultron, even just Ultron from the MCU, would kill all human life. You could argue then that Kingpin would not kill and Ultron would, so therefore Kingpin's at the disadvantage. Killing is allowed this season. I'm glad I'm not monetized right now because I don't know if I could say that word. Anyway, a lot of fun. And to end the show before we sign off, yes. Take care, everyone. All the contestants, I'll be reaching out to you guys after I set things up. Carrie and crap, who you're going up against? But I'll be reaching out to you and Joker. I'll be reaching out to Loki and Joker to set up your first matchup. So you guys are first. So you have the least amount of time to set to prep and all that. So of course, I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to prep all 12 episodes in advance and then schedule them every 2 weeks, like Kamagories, or if I'm going to not do that. I don't know. It all depends on how willing or flexible people are. So until then, yes. Happy collecting, everyone. See you guys next season on the Knockout. Take care and have a good night.